Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a sweet little girl named Ruby. With her vibrant red hooded cloak that her grandmother had lovingly made for her, she became known as Little Red Riding Hood. One sunny morning, Ruby's mother called her into the kitchen and handed her a basket filled with freshly baked goodies. "Grandma isn't feeling well today, my dear. Would you be a good girl and take these treats to her?" her mother asked with a warm smile. Ruby's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Of course, Mama. I'll make sure Grandma gets them right away." With a quick hug and a kiss, Ruby set off on the winding path through the woods, her red hood bobbing like a poppy in the breeze. As Ruby skipped along, she hummed a cheerful tune, oblivious to the eyes watching her from the shadows. Unbeknownst to her, a sly wolf named Wolfgang had caught wind of her journey and saw an opportunity for a delectable feast. Wolfgang, with his sleek, gray fur and cunning eyes, stealthily followed Little Red Riding Hood through the dense trees. He marveled at her innocence and wondered how he could trick her into letting her guard down. As Ruby ventured deeper into the woods, she paused to pick some wildflowers that would surely brighten Grandma's day. Meanwhile, the crafty wolf seized the chance to get ahead, devising a plan to reach Grandma's cottage first. Arriving at Grandma's cozy cottage, Wolfgang knocked on the door with a gentle tap, imitating Ruby's voice. "Grandma, it's me, Little Red Riding Hood. I've brought you some treats," he called, trying to mimic the girl's sweet tones. The unsuspecting Grandma, lying in bed and feeling under the weather, weakly replied, "Come in, my dear." The door creaked open, revealing the cunning wolf disguised in Grandma's nightcap and spectacles. Little did Wolfgang know that a clever woodcutter, who had been observing the situation, had followed Ruby and suspected the wolf's mischievous intentions. The woodcutter rushed to the rescue, armed with his trusty axe. Back on the forest path, Ruby approached Grandma's cottage, her heart full of joy. But as she stepped inside, her eyes widened in surprise. "Grandma, what big eyes you have!" she exclaimed. The wolf, now exposed, growled and lunged toward Ruby. But before he could reach her, the woodcutter burst into the room and swung his axe, chasing Wolfgang away with a yelp. With Grandma safe and sound, Ruby hugged her tightly. "Thank you, brave woodcutter. You saved us," she exclaimed. From that day forward, Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother were more cautious in the woods. The village also learned to be wary of cunning wolves, and the woodcutter became a local hero. As for Wolfgang, he slinked away into the shadows, nursing his wounded pride and hunger. And so, in the heart of the enchanted forest, Little Red Riding Hood continued her adventures, wiser and more resilient than ever before.